Isaiah 32:9, it reads, Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail. The gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Verse 12, they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, yea, upon all the houses of joy in the joyous city. Welcome back to another video. All praise to the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching his truth. It's gone all around the earth. Shalom to the hopeful elect out there. It's your brother Atazawam from the Great Millstone here in St. Louis, and we're going to get into a quick lesson this evening. I'm going to insert a few clips, right? Because the time has come for the proud women of Israel, right? You women who are of the Negro tribes, Latino tribes, or Latin-speaking tribes, and Native American women, all right? The time has come for you to be brought down from all your haughtiness and your high-mindedness. And as you can see, that this place, Babylon the Great, that has given you all the little trinkets, all the little gifts, all right, that you so desired, are drying up on you. All right. So we got a clip to insert, and then we'll get into the lesson. All right. And we'll be back in just a second.
The worst mistakes I ever made was moving into an apartment that I cannot afford.
Okay, cool. So I'm having to move out of my house because I can't afford rent. So I'm moving into my parents' property. So I'm just saying, like, you know what? Me moving into my parents' house at 30 is going to be the best thing that's ever happened to me. It doesn't matter. We're going to be fine. We're all going to be fine.
You can help me if any of you have extra money. Yeah, I've been pretty much a mess since I read that, and I don't know what to do. So if y'all could please help and reach out, that would be great. That'd be really great. Thanks. I need your help. I might lose my house, and if this letter is any indication, which I'm pretty sure it is, I'm literally shaking. Yeah, my heart is pounding. It's like over 100 beats per minute. So yeah, I'm really going through the anxiety. Okay. If anyone can help me with that, I would really fucking appreciate it, because like I really don't know what I'm gonna do without this place. I have spent so much time crying, and I have a lot more complicated of a situation regarding me losing my house than most people do.
I want to know who they're pricing these expensive ass apartments for. Who are they pricing it for? Because there's no way that I can't find a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom for lower than $2,300 that's actually decent. No roaches, no rats. We should not be in a state where minimum wage workers have to live with 3 to 4 people in order to afford to live. Everyone at minimum should be able to afford to live alone. Period.
I am not in a good situation. I am not okay. I don't know what to do. I am literally being kicked out of this apartment by 5 o'clock tomorrow to avoid getting an eviction on my record. And my parents have lied, essentially, and gone back on everything that they said that we were supposed to have set up for me. So, now I'm just And I literally have like 30 hours before I have to be out of this apartment or I have to go back to court. So, so if anybody can help me, please help me. I don't know what to do. I live in Columbus, Ohio. I will literally pack it up and go anywhere. I'll go anywhere right now. I will go anywhere.
Housing security in the U.S. since the pandemic is on track to become a crisis, and Black women are being affected the most by it.
Cookies are tagging me in this post like it's not a simple explanation, which is y'all name are not on leases in order to get evicted. So of course you can't be included in this study. When your mama kick you out, Pookie, those numbers are not going to be included in this study. A lot of y'all are felons. You can't even lease nowhere, right? So a lot of y'all have Black women putting their name on leases just for you to be able to live there. Credit bad, can't pass the income verification. So you need Black women to put their name on the lease just so you can live there. And some of y'all live in these places that are being evicted with said Black women that you don't even help pay bills at. So you helped her get evicted, right? Let's really talk about the study if you want to talk about the study. Of course, white women's numbers would be lower because they actually got white men providing and helping them pay bills, if not paying all the bills. But Pookie, you're just somewhere living and freeloading, and you don't have your name on a lease in order to get included in this study.
The economy in America after the pandemic just went crazy. Everything went crazy high. The food went extremely high. The gas went high. You know, the rents are constantly going up, right? It's hard for people to even buy a household. They say that the stigma of even your young children who like, 20, 21, 22, the stigma of them being at home with their parents have went away because that's how bad the economy is. They can't even afford to be on their own like that. Well, case in point, you have this young lady that's living in her car, and this has been happening to people. So I want you to, check out this clip because let's really get into having this conversation about, the young lady.
Why I'm living in my car is because the cost of living in America is way too high. I mean, in order to get to a nice apartment in a good area, you have to be making a certain amount of money, and my job is not paying that amount. Okay, my job is not paying enough for me to get a nice place in a nice area and live a comfortable life. If I get a spot, I will be struggling. So it's just tough out here. Like, that's the truth. It's hard to live. It's hard to maneuver. It's hard to live. And I had to come to real, I had to come to a realization with myself and ask myself what it is that I wanted, and was I willing to sacrifice to get that thing, and what is my plans, and what do I really want in life. And I don't have...
In an economy like this one, and the economy is not going to get any better. Ladies, you need a man. You need and a good man at that. You need a good man. And both of you work together. And if you work together, you can have a place to stay. You can put food on the table. You can do everything. Within our community forever, even if you go all the way back to slavery, women and men were still together.
All right, welcome back. This is the book of Haggai, chapter 1 and verse 3. And it reads, Then came the word of the Lord Yahweh by Haggai, the prophet, saying, Is it time for you, O ye, to dwell in your sealed houses? And this house lie waste. Now therefore thus said the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. Right? And so in this chapter we're reading about how Israel was supposed to rebuild, all right, during the time of Darius. But it pinpoints some of the things that the Lord has done for the children of Israel and how he controls all things. And when you're on his good side, things go well with you. All right. But if you dare to err against Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, things cannot be well for you. Okay. So getting to verse 5, it says, Now therefore thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes, right? And that's what you hear about these young women. Now, I will say let me say this, you know, this doesn't apply to every sister out there. This only, you know, this is a case of if the shoe fits, you wear it. All right. Because there are the sisters who have been supportive to their husbands, right, to their men, or who are conducting themselves in a proper manner, right? This doesn't apply to the sisters, but to the women out there who believe that somehow or another they have come up, right, in Babylon the Great and believe that they're going to prosper. And then once they get out there, now that things have changed, okay, and believe that they're strong, independent black women, right? They don't need a man, quote unquote. Now they're starting to see that they were sold a bill of goods from Esau, Edom, all right? And he's snatching back and pulling away all the little things that he gave women, all right, that increased their pride, that caused them to go against the authority in their life, which may have been their husband, right, or their father, all right? And so now these women are out here as a prey, okay? They're going to be preyed upon, okay? Prey. You see? All right? So going on, it says, ye have sown much and bringing little, ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earnest wages put it in the bag with holes, right? Because your money just runs out, okay? You may have a good education, you may have a good job, but when it's really hinged upon the man Esau, Edom, okay, all right, the devil, you know, that can be taken from you, okay. Your faith is to be in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, all right. You ought to repent and to come back to the Lord, right, so that you can get your covering. You see. Verse 8, go up to the mountain and bring wood and build a house, and I will take pleasure in it, and I will be glorified, saith the Lord. Ye look for much, and lo, it came to little, and when ye brought it home, it did blow upon it. Why? Saith the Lord of hosts, because of mine house was Salakia, my house that is waste, and ye run every man into his own house. Therefore the heaven over you is stayed with dew, and the earth is stayed with her fruit. And I call for a drought upon the land, upon the mountains, and upon the corn, and upon the new wine, and upon the oil, and upon that which the ground bringeth forth, and upon men, and upon cattle, and upon all the labor of the hands. Okay? So ultimately, the Lord is the one that controls, right, the increase in your life, right, the sustenance in your life, the things that sustain you in life. You see, not a college degree, not a job, not being proud, okay, that's not going to sustain you in this life. All right, and there's a duty that women should have, as you can see. You know, many of them are single, all right, and you have a duty as a woman, and that is you are to be under a man, and you're supposed to raise children, right? But somehow or another, you know, women lose, or a lot of women, I'm not going to say all women, a lot of women have lost sight of that, right? For this independence mirage that's been placed in front of them. This is 1 Timothy 5:9. Let not a widow be taken into the number under threescore years old, which would be 60, having been the wife of one man, well reported of for good works, if she have brought up children, if she have lodged strangers, if she have washed the saints' feet, if she have relieved the afflicted, if she have diligently followed every good work. But the younger widows refuse, for when they have begun to wax wanton against Mashiach, they will marry, right? And that is just to say that, you know, younger women eventually will want to get out there and get their swerve on, all right, for lack of a better term, okay? So you have to be cautious for them, all right? Having damnation because they have cast off their first fruit, their first faith, in which, right, you know, they may appear to want to serve the Lord at a young age, but eventually they're going to get hot in the pants, all right? And withal, they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house, and not only idle, but tattlers also, and busybodies, speaking things which they ought not. I will therefore that the younger women what? Marry, right? Be with a man, okay? Bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. All right, so you are to mind your business. You are to be a wife and a mother, and not to be a busybody, not to be associating with your cohorts on the job who are single, who try to influence you to act like you're single, go out to the club, right? Go out to the meet and greets, and so on and so forth, girls' trips, and on and on and on, which will eventually wreck your marriage. All right? It's Isaiah 24:1, and it reads, Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, right? So with the mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury, Salakia, so with giver of usury to him. The land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for the Lord hath spoken this word. The earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languishes and fadeth away. The hardy people of the earth do languish, right? And you're starting to see that in Israel, right? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, particularly since the subject is this evening, these women who have gotten out here and can no longer afford that lifestyle that they were sold, all right, by the devil, all right? Esau, Edom, the white man, all right? Verse 5, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, broken the everlasting covenant. And that's Esau, Edom. You see, sold you all a bill of goods. All right. Verse 6, therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. Right. So America is no longer that great place to live. Okay, that place where every other nation people wanted to come and fulfill their hopes and dreams, right? They could come over here and be whatever they want, right? Verse 8, the mirth of the tabret ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoiceth endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth, Salakia. You see? So that's what you're looking at here in Babylon the Great. We'll get a couple more and we'll be done, right? Because why? You see these things that are going on in the earth. Hey, Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who is he? That's who's running the show, right? This is his wicked kingdom that is falling around his ankles, right? Because everything that we experience in this life right now under this devil's hand, right, is all turning to shit. Right? This man has gone throughout the earth, raping, robbing, pillaging, right? Sowing discord, right? Being a counterfeit in everything, okay? To the point of stealing other people's heritage, right? Polluting the air, polluting the water, okay? Starting wars, shedding blood, innocent blood, okay? This is Revelation 18:3, and it reads, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, talking about Babylon the Great, all right? And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues, right? Because this place is eventually going to be destroyed. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High has remembered her iniquities, right? Because there's got to be payback, particularly for this land and those who set it up, all right? Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she had filled, fill to her double, right? So they're going to be paid back double, all right, for all the wickedness that they have done in the earth, not just to Israel, but, also to other nation people. But by and large, because of what they did to the children of Israel, all right? Verse 7, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she hath in her heart, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow, right? And this land over here has never been attacked by any foreign forces, right? But that's coming, all right? Verse 8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, right? This old bitch, this old whore of a nation. For strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. This place must be judged, you see. But just like it says in the scriptures that, when the Lord begins to judge, right? And then when he begins to judge his people, who will be first, right? They'll be the first ones to be judged. You're going to start at the house of Israel. And you see that these women who have raised themselves up, all right, are now starting to feel that pinch, okay? But this place has got to go, all right? This is Baruch 4, we're jumping right there, verse 31. It says, miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children served, right? And that will be us, okay? In this wicked land, okay? Miserable is she that received thy sons, for as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall, right? And that's Esau, Edom, really, okay? All right, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. Okay, so you see nothing now but in this land mourning. And it ain't just, these women, all right, of our nation, but you got these, low-level crackers who are complaining as well, all right, about this land and this society, okay? Not doling out the goodies for them either, all right? Verse 35, for fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. O Jerusalem, look about thee toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High, right? So that deliverance, right? Come up hither, right? Or come out of her, my people. You see? So there's a deliverance coming for those of us who still have faith and trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and not a system, right, that's been set up, right, to trap you. All right? The system that's set up is a snare. Ecclesiastes 12, we start at verse 1. It reads, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. And that's what's happening now. Most people are saying how they don't have any pleasure in their life, And you see these women crying all over the place, okay? They're not having the pleasure. They're not having the dream that they once had, okay? Going on, it says, verse 2, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. He shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and and all the daughters of music shall be brought low, right? And that's talking about a terrible time here, all right? Okay, there's no mirth in this place, all right? The Lord has stricken this place and taken all of the mirth out of Babylon the Great, Now, you still have those out there who are trying to force it and fake it like they're having so much fun. All right, this place is done. All right, this will be the last scripture. This is James 4 and verse 7. It says, submit yourselves therefore to Yahweh, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Draw nigh, right, to the Most High, and he will draw nigh to you. Okay, so don't tell you to draw nigh to the system, right? Don't draw nigh to Esau, Edom. Don't draw nigh to your job. Don't have so much confidence in the shit that you accomplished 5 years ago, right? This is your time to draw nigh to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded, right? Be afflicted and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning and your joy to heaviness, right? Because you're supposed to be in mourning anyway, right? Because this is why. This is not our rest. This land is not our land. This is not our rest. Okay? Verse 10, humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. All right? Not Esau, not the system, not your money, right? Not your position in society. But come unto the Lord, Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, and he will lift you up. All right? So pretty much that'll do it for the lesson. All right, Lord willing, it was edifying. All right, and we'll end it right there. Give it all praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Shalom.